Hi everyone, and welcome to my next video tutorial, which is going to be focused on pushing and storing a Docker image in AWS, namely on the Amazon ECR service. So let's get started. So the first thing that you need to have in place is a Docker image that you want to push and store. So as you can see, I have one here. Then the next thing that you need to do is to go on ahead and create a free account on AWS. So what you can do is say create free account, and then you just want to go on ahead and follow the steps to set up your account. So of course you'll set up your email, you can choose an account name, and then there are just a few general things that you need to fill in, like a form which is unique to you. Okay, I will be sure to attach this link in a place that will be easier for you to find. So I'll either pin it as a comment or put it in the description below for you. So after you've gone ahead and created your free AWS account, you will then be redirected to the AWS dashboard. Okay, now the first thing that we need to do is to set up our permissions. So you can head on over to the IAM service, which you can type in. And this is a service that helps you to manage access to AWS resources. So the idea is we want to communicate with AWS in order to push the necessary resources. So we need to go to IAM. Okay. And let's just wait for the dashboard to load up. Now, of course, I have already set up the security recommendations. Now, of course, you can go on ahead and set up MFA for your accounts and just ensure that you follow the correct principles. That will show up here where you can select the option to add multi-factor authentication. That's just an extra security mechanism that you can set up. Right, so on the left-hand side, you want to scroll down and you can go to users. Then you want to create a new user. Okay, and then you want to give your user a name here. So I'm just going to say Arno3, for example. I don't want this user to have access to the AWS Management Console. All I'm doing is I'm creating a user just for a very simple purpose of showing you how you can go on ahead and obtain access keys and how you can communicate with AWS. Now, of course, the best way to go about it is to create a IAM group and then attach users to that group. But of course, that is an IAM video. I do have some IAM videos on this channel, which you can have a look if you just want to look into how you can set up IAM user groups and such. All right, so let's set up a user here, and then we can say next. And we're going to attach policies directly to this user, and we want to search. So it is EC2 is what it's called. And then we can just go on ahead and make this larger. And we want Amazon EC2 Container Registry Full Access. So we want to select this option here. Then we can scroll down and say next. Okay, we can see everything is okay there. We can then say create user. Okay, so we can see that user was created. So I'm going to select Arno3. And I'm going to go to security credentials. And I want to scroll down. And you want to create access keys for that user. So we can say create access key. Okay, and I'm just going to go on ahead and choose a use case. Now, it doesn't really matter for the most part what you actually choose here. So what I'm going to do is just say other, and I'm going to say next, create access key. And then you want to store your access key and secret access key in a safe location. So I'm going to copy the following. And I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to just call this access key, and then secret access key. Okay, and I will copy that for the secret access key and paste that in right there. Okay, right, so we have that set up. Then we can just say done, and that's fine. And we can scroll down now and see that that access key has been created. Now, in order to communicate with AWS, you need to ensure that you have the AWS CLI in place. So let's go on ahead and set that up. So that's the next thing that we want to go on ahead and ensure that we have in play. All right, now the next thing that we can do is go on ahead and install the CLI. I will be sure to attach this link in the description or as a pinned comment as well, so that you can access it. So this is how you can install or update to the latest version of the AWS CLI. And if you scroll down here, you can see that we have the following options available. So Linux, macOS, Windows, etc. And you just want to choose the right one for your operating system. So if you're on macOS, of course, you will go on ahead and install it via the PKG format. And of course, if you're on Windows, you can go ahead and install it according to the MSI. So make sure you go ahead and set that up, install it, and get it into play. Okay, once you've gone ahead and set that up, you can then go ahead and open up your terminal if you're on macOS, and if you are on Windows, you can open up your CMD, and I'll show you how you can set up the CLI with your credentials. So we can just say CMD, open up that command prompt, and I'm just going to resize this, just like that. Clear that up. And now what we can go ahead and do is just set up that CLI. So essentially what I'm going to be doing is to run AWS, and I just want to say -- version. Now this is what you would usually type in after you set up the AWS CLI and installed it. You should see in the end the following, and that confirms that you have the CLI installed on your system. That is what you should type in after you've installed the CLI on macOS or Windows. Then you can type in AWS configure, and that is how you can configure your credentials. Now, for most of you, if this is your first time, you'll see that this square bracket will have nothing within it. Now, if you have used AWS before and set up an access key, you're going to see your most recent or latest access key that you had. Either way, you can go ahead then and just copy your new access key, paste that in, press enter, and then your secret key, enter. Under the region name, I'd recommend that you keep it to the region of your choice. So if we head on over to AWS, I have it here set to North Virginia, but I'm going to switch it to Ohio since that's what I usually use. And that is what I'm going to be utilizing. Okay, and that means that it is US-East 2. So I would then navigate back and say US-East 2. And under the default output format, you can just leave that blank as is. All right, so that's how you can go ahead and configure your credentials accordingly. All right, so we've got that in place. So let's clear that up. Okay, perfect. Now, the next thing we can do is dive right in. So we can go to AWS and look for ECR, which stands for Elastic Container Registry. So this is a Docker Container Registry, very similar to GitHub Container Registry. So we can select this. So ECR is for AWS in terms of storing your Docker images. And what you need to do is create a repository. Now it's extremely simple. So we can just say create. And then we need to give a name here. So I'm going to call this, let's say app-repo. Okay, and we can see it has default encryption. And we can just say create. And that's it, as simple and easy as that. So you've created your repo on AWS and it's by default a private repository. So now we can go ahead and select our repository and we can say view push commands. Now, of course, we have macOS, Linux, and Windows. Now, since we are utilizing the CMD, we can utilize the approach I'm showing you now for Windows as well, and macOS and Linux. So do keep that in mind. Now, the first thing that we need to do, if I just zoom in here, is you need to go ahead and retrieve an authentication token and authenticate your Docker client to the registry using the AWS CLI. And that's going to pertain to Docker Desktop on our device. So you can just copy the following command as is, head on over to your command prompt, and go ahead and just add in the following. And you can just say enter. And that's just going to authenticate the client. Okay, there we go, login succeeded, perfect. Next, we need to build our Docker image, but in our case here, we already have built it. So if we look here, we have one ready to go, so we just need to refer to it. Now, the build has been completed. We can then tag our image so we can push it to our repository. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, do keep in mind here, you just need to make a slight adjustment here in terms of your tagging process. So here it says it's tagging app repo latest, but that's not going to be the name of our image. If we look here, my image is just called app-image. Okay, so I'll show you that in a moment. So we can copy this go to our command prompt, paste it in, and you just want to make sure that you just replace app-repo with the name of your actual image. So mine is called app-image, which is right here, and then the tag is latest. So make sure that you reference that properly. So you can see here, I have referenced that exactly as it should be. Then you can press enter. Okay, there we go. And it's going to go ahead and create that tag for you. It's going to tag your image with the following name here. And all you need to do now is run the following command here and push it to your repository. So you can copy the following and then head on over back and right click and paste. Right, there we go. Easy as that. So now it's going to take a few moments to go on ahead and push your Docker image to Amazon ECR, Elastic Container Registry. So let's just give it some time to go on ahead and do just that. All right, so as we can see, all of those threads have been completed and pushed. And when you see the latest digest message, that means that your Docker image was successfully pushed to Amazon ECR. So we can minimize this, close this. Now, if you click into your repository, okay, you can now see that you have your image here pushed. So usually what happens is it goes ahead and sets up the image index for you, which is of course going to be your latest image here. So that is how you can go ahead and push your Docker image. Now, what Amazon ECR sometimes does is it just goes ahead and sets it up in a particular format where it has an image index followed by the base image. And then as you can see here, it just goes ahead and sets that as the main root for your image accordingly. And then if you were to use this with ECS, for example, you will copy the URI here of the image index, and then you will utilize it throughout your projects. Right guys, so that is it for this video tutorial. That's how you can go ahead and push and store your Docker images on AWS in Amazon ECR. Right, in terms of the resource cleanup, let me show you how you can clean everything up. So if you want to delete everything here, you can select this checkbox here at the top, say delete, and say delete here. Okay, there we go. Then we can go to repositories, and you can select your repository and say delete, and there we go. That will delete the repository. Now we can head on over to IAM and click on it right there. And now we just want to deactivate and delete what we had earlier on. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to users, -3. And what I always like to do first is to remove the access keys. I'm going to go to security credentials, access keys. I'm going to go to actions, deactivate and deactivate that. Then I'm going to select it again and say delete. And then what you want to do is just go ahead and copy the following. And paste that in and delete. Okay, so make sure that you delete that. Then you can delete your user. So I'm going to go back to users, select my user on history, say delete, and you just want to say confirm and delete user. Okay, there we go. So we've got that also set up. All right, guys, so that is it on this video tutorial. I will be sure, as I mentioned, to attach the relevant documentation that I've mentioned in the relevant areas of this video in the description or as a pinned comment. All right, guys, so that's it, and thank you as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.